Ja, hallo und herzlich willkommen alle zusammen. Heute ist der dritte Tag von Heilung und Bildung und ihr werdet heute am Seminar mit Nicola teilnehmen. Ich derzeit befinde mich an einem ganz anderen Ort und ihr könnt mal alle raten, wo ich gerade bin. Vielleicht hört man das im Hintergrund, es gibt hier Kinderstimmen und ja, es gibt auch Berge im Hintergrund, es fließt ein Bach nebenan, man kann hier Tee trinken, üben, still sein, aber auch fröhlich mit den anderen hier zusammensitzen und essen und sich Geschichten erzählen, ja. Und heute werden Yong und Xiaobao euch eine ganz neue Geschichte erzählen, nämlich eine Geschichte aus der Quantenphysik. Und ja, diese Geschichte hat mit Fuji zu tun und auch mit einer gemeinsamen Verbindung. Und hiermit würde ich gerne an Yong und Xiaobao weitergeben, aber vorher möchte ich nochmal klarstellen, dass man auch über so weite Strecken auf eine ganz andere Weise miteinander verbunden sein kann. Und das ist wunderschön. Und ich hoffe, das können wir alle hier erfahren, so wie auch in Deutschland. Liebe Grüße!
Hello, my dear friends. Nice to see you. I'm Xiaobao. I feel happy and lucky to connect with you in this way. I was once there in a ceremony in 2015. How harmony and condensed the energy it is. I could never forget it. We are from different cultures, and I got warm welcome and sincere respect from you. I feel like a family member. I'm grateful to it. A student told me, because we practice the method together, yes, we are connected deeply in our spirit. We are having a summer camp here, especially for the children and their parents. In Fuji village, we name it Quantum Egg. That is to act like a quantum. It is such a special and precious time we have. We have the chance and possibility to grow with our children and their parents in our spirits and our Fuji. This time I join you in such a special way. I am in a video. I am not specific living creature in front of you. Instead, I am a virtual image. Meister Lee told that reality and virtuality is always together. It is a good chance for us to study this now. In the concrete world, I am far away from you. I was holding a summer camp here with the children in China. In the virtuality, we are together, talking about the method and quantum physics. I was not there, but I am here with you. The question comes, where am I? I can understand this situation deeply through the act of the electron. Electrons have wave-particle duality. They do not have a definite orbit like the motion of a microscopic object, so we cannot draw their trajectories. It is impossible to predict exactly where it will appear in an extra-nuclear space at any time, but only to predict the opportunities it will appear in somewhere. This is called the superposition state of a quantum. You must know the famous cat, Schrödinger's cat. Dead or alive, scientists held it is in a superposition state of dead and alive. Now, I act like a quantum in the spiritual level. The spiritual quantum is now shared quantum physics with you in Germany and at the same time holding the Quantum X summer camp in China. There is no contradiction. When we live in the spiritual level, we could understand there is no difference between reality and virtuality. There is a story to tell this in the book of Zhuangzi, namely Zhangzhou's dream of a butterfly. Zhuangzi asked a question: does the butterfly fly into my dream, or I went into a butterfly's dream? What do you think? My experience in quantum experiments made me understand what dim matter is. Meanwhile, dim matter healing and education leads me to reach the mysterious parts of quantum physics. How does this happen? Practice is very important. When I close my eye, the tongue touches the jaw, breathe naturally, I become relaxed and relaxed. The heart stays open and soft, like a swan. Information from the universe begin to come in. Besides the body, there is a larger me called our spirit. It is full of information related to me. It is like an instructor or guide of us. The more I practice, and with the help of Day Good Day, I can get its information more easily. I found spirit is just like quantum superposition state in our life. It includes tremendous information. In quantum mechanics, the state of a physical system are represented by wave function, written as pulsi. What is more, any linear superposition of wave function will represent a possible state of the system. That is the superposition state in quantum work. Let's go into more details. In classical information theory, the basic elements are is0 and 1. Any state can be either is0 and 1. In quantum information theory, the basic elements written as is0 and 1. Any state can be written as pulsi with different numerical value of the factor alpha and beta. What does this mean to our life? Let me take myself as an example. I am a daughter, a scientist, a wife, a mother of the 3 children. That is all my relations. Sometimes it seems that I need to act like an octopus to fulfill all this. That's what made me crazy. However, let me rewrite this in a quantum state, like this. We can see in the formula, each component exists at the same time. There's no contradiction between each component. Now, I can adjust the factor here or there to suit different situations. When all this becomes is0, I become a pure scientist. That happens when I concentrate on my research. When all this becomes is0, I become a pure wife. I become little woman with my husband. A quantum state can collapse and jump according to different space immediately. If I could stay in quantum state of my life, act by a quantum, I can be all of these roles at any time. That means I should live in the spiritual level so that I can handle all my situations easily. When I come back home from work, I'm in the situation like this. If I turn to be a state like this, my children and husband will feel happy and satisfied. Still, I could become a scientist immediately whenever it needs. That is the secret of harmonious. Quantum collapse and quantum jump happens very often. The most important thing is we do not forget the superposition state of E. We should stay connected to our spirit. That is why the practice of Qi is so important for us. Qi is the connection between our body and the spirit. In the past, sometimes I was so stubborn to think that I am a scientist. How can I be a good mother? In the classical world, a scientist state can never become a mother state. After practice, I connect to my spirit. I know I am all my relations. I should act like a quantum, collapse, and jump according to every situation immediately. When I live in the spiritual level, I found I am born to be a perfect man. I want to show you a few clips to illustrate this point.
Who are you?
I've been asking the same question. Am I the son of a panda? The son of a goose? A student? A teacher? Turns out, I'm all of them. I am the Dragon Warrior. Get it? See the giant dragon?
When Paul becomes Dragon Warrior, he beats Kite in the end. Dragon Warrior is the spiritual of all. I began to study quantum physics when I was a graduate student. I experienced the extreme different phenomena happening in the quantum world. Quantum entanglement, quantum jump, and quantum state superposition, and quantum collapse, and so on. Sometimes it seems so absurd that even scientists cannot accept it. Look at the century debate between Einstein and Bohr. However, experiments always prove the existence and correctness of quantum theory. Fortunately, I met Meister Li and began to practice the method. At the same time, I jumped into the quantum world. He always reminds me one point. What do you gain in quantum physics? What does it mean to your life? I couldn't find the answer without practice. As Meister Li said, when every quantum in my body knows it, I really understand it. That's why we name our course Quantum Act, Act like a quantum. I undergo this process. I note in my head, and then I really understand and act like a quantum in my actions. I found there is so much similarity between the spirit field and the quantum field. I am excited and be grateful to understand both the method and quantum physics. That lead me to the truth of my life. In this way, my personality has changed a lot. From logical judgment to intuitive, from worry and doubt to trust, from easily nervous to stay relaxed. The much more pure I am, the more inspirations I have. I experience a new way of living, to grow in full Qi. I'm really grateful to Meister Li and his family. It seems that I found the rhythm of my life and career. I began to use quantum physics language to explain what I experienced in the spiritual fields and my gain in learning the method, to help people to find their destiny to tell them to live in the full qi. Like today, I'm really happy and grateful to connect to you. I hope we'll share face to face one day. Bye bye.